and welcome to this week's yoga classes. We've got a dynamic flow and a slow flow traditionally this week, and there's a meditation, pranayama and a mosquito combined with your slow flow. So to your dynamic flow, we're going to start standing at the front of your mat. You can choose, wherever you're ready, which one feels more comfortable with your feet quite close together or hip width apart. Feel your feet, feel how, which one feels better. Lengthen your spine, allow your hips to drop back, pull your belly in, and then just take a breath in here, in and out. And then we're going to start with a round of sun salutation B. So inhaling your arms up towards the ceiling. And then exhaling, dropping your arms down to your Uttanasana forward fold. Inhale, starting to lift your spine up to halfway, perhaps bending your knees. Exhale, stepping your right leg to the back of the mat. Inhaling your upper body on top of your legs, reaching your arms up high. Exhaling your arms back down on your mat. And then stepping your left to join your right. Lowering down from here, either knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga. And inhaling to your upward facing dog, pushing away with your arms, untucking your toes, squeezing the glutes in. And then exhale, we're moving to your downward facing dog, maybe through your knees on your first round, and then lifting up towards the ceiling, pushing away with your arms. Inhale, we're going to step our right leg forward, back to between our legs, between our hands, and then inhale your upper body on top of your legs. Reaching arms up high, exhale, lowering your arms down on the mat. Stepping your right to join your left. We're going to lower down again, knees, chest, chin, or your chaturanga, and then inhaling to your upward facing dog, squeezing the glutes in. Exhale, dropping the knees, tucking the toes, moving back to your downward facing dog. And we're going to stop here for 3 breaths this time. We're warming up the body, so if you need to add any movement to your knees, to your hips, feel free to do so. All is welcome in here. Whatever you feel like you need for waking up today. And then on your next inhale, we're going to start bending the knees, looking forward, stepping to the front of the mat, either feet together or hip width apart. And then inhale is going to start lifting up with a straight back all the way to standing, reaching arms up high. Exhale is going to lower them down in front of your chest. Into Namaskara, in and exhaling here. And then inhale, starting to lift your arms up towards the ceiling. Exhale, folding down to Uttanasana. Inhale, lifting your chest, your gaze up to midway, and then exhale, we're going to step your left leg to the back of the mat this time. Inhale, lifting up your upper body, reaching your arms up high. Exhale, lowering your arms down, stepping your right to join your left in your plank. Again, knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga, and then inhaling to your upward facing dog. Pushing away with your arms, opening the chest. Exhale, dropping the knees, or perhaps this time you're rolling straight over to your downward facing dog. You do whatever feels comfortable for you. Inhale is going to step your left leg to the front of the mat. Continue the movement, lifting up a body on top of your legs, reaching your arms up high. Exhale is going to drop your arms back down, step your left to join your right. Knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga. Inhaling to your upward facing dog. Exhaling to your downward facing dog, either through your knees or rolling over your toes. And then stopping here for 3 breaths in and out. Adding movement if you need to. Lengthening the spine. And then inhale, starting to bend your knees, looking forward, stepping your feet to the front of the mat. Dropping down all the way to Uttanasana. Inhale, starting to lift up to standing. Exhale, lowering your arms down to Namaskara. Taking it in and exhaling here. We're going to do this another round. So left and right and left. One breath, one movement. Inhale, starting to lift your arms up. Exhale, lowering down into Uttanasana. Inhale, lifting up to halfway. Exhale, lowering down, stepping your right leg to the back of the mat, allowing your upper body to lift, reaching your arms up high, and then exhale, dropping your arms down on the mat, stepping your left to join your right into your plank, and then your choice, knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga halfway, and then inhaling to your upward facing dog. Exhaling either through your knees or rolling to your down dog. And then inhale is going to step your right leg forward to between your hands. We're going to lift your upper body on top of your legs, reaching arms up high. Exhale, dropping them down, stepping your right to join your left into your plank. Again, knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga, and then inhaling to your upward facing dog. Exhaling to your downward facing dog. And then stopping here for 3 breaths. In and out. In and out. One more breath in here, stabilizing the movement between the motion. Inhale, starting to bend your knees, looking forward, and then stepping to between your hands, folding all the way down to your Uttanasana. Inhale, starting to lift your upper body. Reaching arms up all the way towards the ceiling. Exhale, lowering your hands down to Namaskara. Stopping here for a full breath, in and out. And then inhale, starting to lift your arms up towards the ceiling. Exhale, lowering down. Inhale, lifting up to halfway. Exhale, stepping your left leg to the back of the mat, lifting your upper body on top of your legs, reaching your arms up high. Exhale, lowering them down, stepping your right leg to join your left into your plank, your choice, either knees, chest, chin, or through chaturanga. Inhaling to your upward facing dog. Exhaling to your downward facing dog. Inhale is going to step your left leg forward to between your hands, lifting your upper body on top of your legs. Exhale, lowering down. One more vinyasa. Stepping your left to join your right, lowering to chaturanga. Inhaling to your upward facing dog. Exhaling to your down dog. And we're going to stop here for 3 breaths. Finding stability, rooting through your feet, rooting through your hands. Lengthening the spine. On your inhale, we're going to start lifting your right leg up in the air behind you, lifting your left heel up as well. And then exhale, bending your right knee, starting to travel it forward towards your right elbow. Inhale is going to lift the leg up. Exhale, moving forward, knee to elbow. Inhaling up. Exhaling, knee to elbow. Inhaling up, exhaling, knee to elbow. One more time. Inhaling up, and then exhale, lowering your right leg down on the mat. Going over to your left side, inhaling your left leg up, lifting your right heel, exhaling your left knee to left elbow. Inhaling up, exhaling, knee to elbow. Inhaling up, exhaling, knee to elbow. Inhaling up, exhaling, knee to elbow. One more inhale, lifts up. Exhaling your left leg down on the mat. Bending your knees, rolling down into your child's pose for a quick rest. Balancing your breath, taking it deeper down to the bottom of your lungs. next inhale, we're going to start moving back, lifting to your tabletop position, all fours. Tucking your toes from here. And then starting to lift your knees off the mat. We're going to go back into our downward facing dog. And then do a little sequence from here. On your inhale, we're going to move forward into your plank. And then exhale, we're going to drop down into chaturanga. And continue bending our knees, pushing back through child's pose into your downward facing dog. Don't worry if your heels don't touch the mat here, we're just visiting. Inhale moves forward into your plank. Exhale lowers down chaturanga, bends the knees, drops down to your child's pose and then lifts up on your inhale to your down dog. Staying here for exhale. And then inhaling, moving to your plank. Exhale chaturanga to your child's. And then inhaling to your upward facing dog. 2 more times. Exhale here. And then inhale, moving forward to your plank. Exhaling to your chaturanga. Bending the knees to your child's pose. And then inhaling to your downward facing dog. 1 more round, guys. Inhaling forward to your plank. Exhaling to your chaturanga. And then exhale, dropping the knees. Moving to your child's pose. Inhale, lifting up to your downward facing dog. Staying here for an exhale. And then inhale, starting to bend the knees, look forward. And we're going to step forward to between our hands. Lifting the spine halfway, straightening it. And then exhale, folding down into Uttanasana. Maybe stepping your legs just a little bit wider so that you can take hold of your big toes with your fingers. If you need to, bend your knees. You'd rather have knees bent and hold of your big toes to have space for your glutes, for your hamstrings, as well as for your lower back. And then from here, we're simply going to start gently pulling ourselves down towards the mat and feeling the stretch on your hamstrings. So when you feel comfortable, you can start straightening your legs just a little bit, breath by breath. Taking inhale in here and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Squeezing your shoulder blades together so that your neck stays nice and long. It's an active pose, and at the same time we're gently pulling ourselves forward down towards the mat. 1 more breath in here. And then inhale is going to keep hold of your toes and then lift up to halfway onto your flat back. And exhale is going to stay here. Inhale is going to bring your hands to your hips and start lifting up all the way to standing and stopping here. Releasing your arms to both sides of your body. And then on your inhale, there's a mosquito in this room. On your inhale, we're going to step your right leg to the back of the mat. We're going into a triangle pose, so not too far wide, so that you feel comfortable. You got lots of space to move your hips in. You can test a little bit. And then allowing your hips to drop down to your right, so like a sassy hip drop. Ladies know what I mean. On your inhale, we're going to start lifting your arms up to both sides of your body. Exhale, bend over your left leg and then start to skip on top of it. Either bringing your left hand next to your knee, next to your chin, perhaps all the way to the ankle, whatever feels comfortable for you. Lifting your right arm up, allowing your gaze to follow. And here we're rooting through the outside of your right foot. So activating the right foot as well. Inhaling in here and exhaling. Inhaling, exhaling. If your neck gets tired, you can look down. 1 more breath in and out. And then inhale is going to start lifting you back up to standing. You can step your right leg a bit further back, and we're going to start bending the left knee, but just make sure we're not going too far in here. That's going to only increase the tension in our body, so we want to stay in the center, as close to the center of our axis as possible. Coming to warrior two, inhaling your arms up to both sides of your body, allowing your gaze to follow your fingertips, and taking 3 breaths in here, rooting again through the outside of your right foot as well as through your left, holding your arms with your sides. One more inhale. And exhale, we're going into a reverse warrior, lifting your left arm up in the air, bringing your right either to your lower back behind you or all the way to your left inner thigh. And then looking up towards your left fingertips. Breathing 3 times in here. And then on your next inhale, we're going to move back into your warrior two, and then go down into either your left elbow to your left knee, and then lifting your right arm up towards the sky, or out, forward and up. Or if this feels really comfortable for you, if your hips feel super open, then you can drop your left arm all the way down onto the mat. And then hold this for 3 breaths. If you've done a bind in here, you can bind your arms together from underneath your left leg. Just be careful of your left shoulder. One more breath in here, in and out. And then we're going to start lifting back up to your warrior two on your inhale. Exhaling in here. Inhale, starting to lift your right heel off the mat. And lifting your arms up towards the ceiling. And then holding this crescent lunge for 3 breaths in and out. In, palms together, apart and out. Exhale, bring the palms together, allowing them to drop down in front of your chest, and we're going to continue the movements. I'm just going to step a little back so that you see better. We're going into a warrior three from here. So as you're starting to come out of the pose, we're going to step forward, start bending our left knee, and then lifting our right leg up in the air behind us. And at the same time, we're moving our upper body forward. So coming to balance, finding your balance in here. Keeping your hands together in front of your heart, your gaze forward in front of your mat. And then if this feels really comfortable, you can start straightening your arms out in front of you. You make the pose yours, so listen to your body, go as far as you can today. One more breath in here, and then exhale is going to start returning to Tadasana, mountain pose, standing pose. Give a little shake to your left leg. We're going to flow through Vinyasa, Sun Salutation A. So starting to lift your arms up towards the ceiling, exhaling to Uttanasana. Inhale, lifting up to halfway. Exhale, folding down. Inhale, stepping your legs to the back of the mat into your plank, and your choice, either knee suggestion down or through Chaturanga, and then inhaling to your upward facing dog. Exhaling to your downward facing dog. And then inhale, bending your knees, looking forward. We're going to step forward to Uttanasana, to between our hands. Roll down, and then inhale is going to start lifting you all the way up to standing. Exhale is going to bring your arms down, first to Namaskara, and then to both sides of your body. We're going over to your left side. I'm just going to turn around so that you see better. On your inhale, we're going to step your left leg to the back of the mat. Again, not too wide to start with, as we're going to triangle first. And then dropping your left heels back this time. Left hips. Mumbling. Inhale, lifting your arms to balance on your shoulder height. And then exhale, flowing forward on top of your right leg and then starting to skip from here. You're going as far as it feels comfortable and respecting the difference of the two sides. So on the other side it might feel super easy, and then on the other side you might feel a lot stiffer. So don't go further than you're capable of. Taking in and exhaling here. And then on your next inhale, we're going to start lifting up to standing. And then exhale, maybe stepping a bit wider here as we're going to Warrior Two. Bending your right knee, gaze to toes, your right fingertips. One more breath in here, in and out. And then inhale is going to start lifting your right leg up this time, rotating your left from behind your back, either to your lower back or all the way to your right thigh. Gaze up towards your right fingers. 3 breaths in here. And then inhale is going to start bending your elbow, either coming to halfway, so bringing your elbow to your knee, lifting your left arm up and forward, or if it feels super comfortable, you can drop the arm all the way down on the mat. If you do want to take the bind, feel free to do so, bringing your hands together from underneath your right leg. But again, if it's uncomfortable in your shoulder, protect the shoulder. Inhaling here one more time. And then starting to lift after your exhale. Inhaling up to your Warrior Two. And then starting to turn on exhale. We're going to lift your left heel up. And then again, lift your arms up towards the ceiling. Crescent lunge. Reaching your gaze to follow your hands, either palms together or apart. 3 breaths in here. If you need to bend your knee, bend your knee. You can always come down to the floor. One more inhale in here. And then where we're going from here is a Warrior Three. So again, I'm just going to step back so you see better. Inhale, starting to bend your right knee, lifting your left leg up in the air this time, balancing with your upper body. And you're going as far as it feels comfortable. Staying either here, or if you want to, you can straighten your arms out in front of you, depending on what feels comfortable. 2 breaths in here, strong right leg balancing you. Perhaps bending the knee if you need to. And then on your next inhale, starting to bend the knee, step forward back into your Tadasana. The front of the mat, we're going to flow through a Vinyasa. Inhaling your arms up towards the ceiling. Exhale, folding down towards your toes. Inhale, lifting up to halfway. Exhale, either stepping or jumping to the back of the mat. And then lowering down, knees, chest, chin, or Chaturanga. Inhaling to your upward facing dog. Exhaling to your downward facing dog. On your next inhale, we're going to start stepping your right leg to the front of the mat between your hands. And we're going to place our left knee down on the mat, leaving the toes to support you. Lifting your upper body on top of your legs, bringing your palms together in front of your heart. And we're going to a pose that we're going to hold for a bit longer. So starting to slow down, but still keeping it quite dynamic. From here, you can start twisting, bringing your left elbow towards your right knee, and then placing your left hand into a fist, and then wrapping the fist around your right hand. And in here, on your inhale, we're going to start pushing against that wrist to create more space for your spine to move. So taking a twist a bit further, and perhaps you can see my chest is sort of traveling away from my arms, so that's allowed to happen. Living to your pose, in and out, Perhaps each exhale returns you a bit lower, and then inhale pushes you gently, gently into a deeper twist. And here too, we're moving from your lower spine, so it's not only your head that's twisting, the whole length of the spine, and that's where you get the help from your hand from. 3 more breaths in here. Starting to slow down your breath if possible. And then we're going to return to the middle on your exhale. Bring your hands down onto your mat or outside the mat if possible. Your right arm to 2 o'clock, and then your left into 10 o'clock. You can imagine a clock around you. And then we're going to lift our left knee up in the air. Find our right knee on our right armpit and start moving forward and back. Forwards and back. And then doing a little circle in here. Perhaps staying on your fingertips. Releasing the hip, and the whole hip is moving in here, so the knees moving to the movement of your hip. Releasing, straightening the knee if you need to, back and forth, up and down. You choose, you feel what feels comfortable today. And then returning to the middle, placing your palms down on the mat, stepping your right leg to the back of the mat to join your left in your downward facing dog. And we're going to stop here for 3 breaths. If you need to add any movement, feel free to do so. Bending your knees, twisting your hips, whatever you feel comfortable with. And then on your next inhale, we're going to step our left leg forward to between our hands. And we're going to lower our right knee down. And then finding your twist in here. So starting to lift your upper body on top of your legs. Bringing your palms together in front of your heart. Now we're going to start traveling our right elbow towards our left knee. So finding the comfortable space. And then in here again, I'm going to turn the other way around so you see. Finding your right twist, fist, and left wrapping the fist around it. And again, we're starting to open the chest and the whole lower spine, the whole length of the spine from the lumbar to thoracic to cervical. Pushing away, allowing your gaze to follow as well. Your head is a continuation of your spine, so allowing that to follow the movement. Breathing in here and out. In and out. Three more times in and out. In and out. And then we're returning to the middle. And here too, finding your arms on both sides of your leg, finding your left knee on your left armpit, arms 10 o'clock, 2 o'clock, and then starting to lift your right knee off the mat. Moving back and forth, or from side to side. You choose what feels comfortable for you, perhaps doing a little circle. Your hips move too in here, so you can twist them a little bit. Find what feels comfortable. What movement do you need today? Back and forth, you can straighten the knee, reach it to the side. Allow your body to realign. And then starting to slow down the movement, bringing your hands close together, stepping your left to join your right in your downward facing dog for 3 breaths. Again, adding any movement if you need to. Dropping your chest super low, starting to sort of jump it up and down. And then when you're ready, we're moving forward towards our plank and then just stepping our legs from through our hands into seated pose. We've got a couple poses left, so doing a forward fold with butterfly legs. We're going to bring the soles of our feet together, open our knees out to the sides. Either take hold of your feet or simply place your palms down on the mat. Strengthen your spine on your inhale, lengthen your spine, and then exhale, we're going to start folding forwards towards the mat. Starting to let go of your breath, starting to allow it to calm down. And then on your inhale, starting to come back up. We're going to lie on our back, so bringing your knees together, straightening your legs, and then simply rolling down onto your back. We're going to do a twist for our legs, just to release the spine and the legs, because we've spent a lot of time working them. Starting to lift your knees on top of your belly, perhaps opening your arms out to both sides, and then exhale, starting to drop your knees over to your right. Inhaling them up to the middle, and then exhaling them over to your left. Inhaling middle, exhaling to your right. Inhale middle, exhaling to your left. One more time, inhale middle, exhale to your right. Inhale middle, and exhale to your left. Returning to the middle, and then going over either to slow flow or to Savasana from here. So your Savasana, you can straighten your knees out, bring your hands to both sides of your body, close your eyes, and this is where I'm going to leave you. So if you want to continue with the slow flow, or if you've done it already, then you can use one of the guided relaxations that I've sent you in the past, and settle down into Savasana, or do your own Savasana, which I really recommend. Simply observing the body, how it's changed, how it feels after the practice, how your breath feels, like a body awareness, 5 minutes for yourself. Thank you so much for joining, and I hope to see you next week. Let me know how it goes and if you have any questions about the sequence. Namaste.